Most of all, remember to defend yourselves at all times, all right?
The world title, it's property of the Russian right now. Can Kelly carry out a game plan? 36 minutes of tactical brilliance with those wonderful feet and the boxing IQ, or will the power and the aggression of this man, 23-0 with 17 knockouts, Murtazaliev, well, he looks very, very dangerous. Quick hands though from Kelly, Barry.
Well, Kelly's got exceptional hand speed and foot speed, and he can be very clever. It's all about concentration with Kelly. Because you can't switch off for 3 minutes, you just got to hope when you switch off, he's not switched on in front of you. So concentration and stealing rounds, not winning rounds too big and getting too tired for the later rounds. You've got to keep some energy. Very difficult, very fine line he's got to walk in.
Oh, yeah, he's so powerful. When he gets into a rhythm, he's very busy. Keep an eye on the reverse 1-2. He'll lead with the right hand, finish with the left. He really troubled Tim Tszyu with that combination.
Destroyed Tim Tszyu, didn't he? And he believes he can do the same to Josh Kelly, even though it's Kelly's northeast crowd. This is the opportunity he's waited and worked patiently for so long under the tutelage of Adam Booth, who has discipline on his t-shirt tonight. Normally, Adam, you can tell what sort of mood he's in when he comes in. He wore the blue clothing for when Hay beat Valuev because he wanted a cool performance. This is about discipline tonight.
I'm liking when Josh Kelly's posturing and finding his feet a bit early, just when Murtazaliev's out of range. He fell in once and then got caught with a couple of shots, and if he can get Murtazaliev reaching in, falling over that space in the middle just like that, then he can find something. But I don't think he should try and put too much behind it, just focus on the scoring and being tricky right now in the first few rounds.
Murtazaliev, he lands a nice jab upstairs there, but he's missed a few to the head of Kelly. He needs to target the body with that lead hand, maybe start low, finish high.
He's got hold of centre ring though, nice jab to the body from Murtazaliev. Sometimes he doesn't look the fastest, but he throws a great deal round after round from the same sort of school as Sergei Kovalev, the fabulous former light heavyweight.
What you can make your house on is Murtazaliev is going to be in front of you for the duration of the fight. So this is a good tempo so far, I think, from Kelly. Doing enough, but not doing too much.
But Murtazaliev, he's always on the ascendancy, he's always creeping forward, but he's not in a rush. He's just keeping that gentle pressure on Josh, and he's making him react, he's making him hold and...
Oh, the right hand, he took it well, Kelly.
Right, Kelly comes back at him. Does he want to get inside up close and personal? Maybe not this early. Interesting opener here in Newcastle. Split on who won that one.
Yeah, close opening round it was. Best shot of the opening round was that right hand from Murtazaliev. Took it well, Kelly. But yeah, focus, key here, discipline. That lead hand needs to be sharp, it needs to be accurate. Don't throw any sloppy jab, Bakhram. Murtazaliev, I like to see the jab to the body, then that reverse 1-2, but it's a menacing approach from the Russian.
Sonny, he's already targeting the body, isn't he, Murtazaliev, to slow Kelly down.
Yeah, when you opt for a lot of lateral movement and a lot of head movement, the body's usually still there because the feet aren't moving when you're moving your upper body. But what I'm seeing here right now is Josh is a bit reluctant to throw a shot with a chance of getting caught back, so he's trying to lunge in with a jab, and sometimes I think he's been a bit clumsy with it. But just like that again with a right.
I do agree with you. I think he has the speed to dart in with the jab. I did like what he did just now. A few seconds ago, he threw the jab. He didn't retreat. He dipped the legs before he retreated. I think that's very important because Murtazaliev will fire that right hand over the top. So you dip the legs, it might just skim over your head, and then you've got a chance to fire back before you escape.
Both of these two were excellent amateurs. They've been honed in boxing for many, many years. Murtazaliev's 33 now. He's been inactive, so there might be some ring rust just to shake off in these first couple of rounds.
Good hand speed there from Kelly again with that jab.
And that is a long time out the ring when you're fighting someone as fast as Josh Kelly, someone who has the speed of foot, not just hand, the reactions. And it might take him a few rounds, Murtazaliev, just to find that timing, find that distance.
So however much sparring you get, you can't quite replica fight night.
Now, you got the small gloves on, no no head guard.
Nerves and pressure.
Nerve, pressure, exactly that.
And when you're fighting at this level, very, very few other fighters in the world that are as good as them, let alone down the road or an hour drive. I do think a body shot was caught there. Another one there. Reading him on the left side of the ribs of Josh Kelly, and he went in for a clinch there. When he's popping the singles like that and staying away and keeping his feet just ticking over, he's scoring some nice shots, but I think when he just holds them a little bit, he's getting caught up with too easy.
But I think he's boxing quite well, and I said at the beginning of the fight, he's got to be busy enough to win the round, but not too busy that he ties himself out for the later stage of the fight, if it goes that far. And I think he's managing it quite well.
Yeah, I agree, Barry. What he's doing well is moving both directions. He's not making it easy for Murtazaliev to read the rhythm. I'd like to see Murtazaliev just bring that right foot across when Kelly's moving to his left. That'll help him find that right hand.
Bit of blood from the nose of the champion. Oh! Good shot from Josh Kelly there. That hand speed. And again, Murtazaliev just nods in approval. Good work from Kelly. End of the second. Smooth. Can he guide Kelly to victory, or will Bakhram Murtazaliev force the pace and the pressure and try and find out a way to establish knockout victory number 18? His record littered with big finishes, goes back to 2014. He's been avoided largely, but now you see that front row with Klimas, who looks after Alexander Usyk, and Kathy Duva. Main events goes back years to the likes of Pernell Whitaker and Evander Holyfield. There's some heavyweight power behind Murtazaliev.
But I do think Kelly has earned a little bit of respect. Look at the right hand now tucked. Look at how the right hand's tucked in this round compared to the last two rounds. Oh, a nice short right hand, no lands for Murtazaliev, but he's definitely tucked up a little bit more. Maybe that left hook caught him a little bit.
Yeah, it was the left hook. It was a lovely shot. He needs to follow the right hand through, but he's doing the right thing, Barry, isn't he? He's not taking any silly risks. The discipline is there early on. It's got to remain. Yeah,
and certainly when he has a bit of success, he can't get too drunk on his success, because the more you're in range, the more chance you've got to get caught by Murtazaliev. And like I said earlier, Murtazaliev is going to be in front of you for the whole fight. You must have trained for that, so you're well prepared for that mentally. You just got to keep that concentration in check. And that means not so much switching off when you're going to get caught when you're dancing around, not being too greedy. Now with 2 or 3 shots, find your exit route, unless you hurt him.
You both used the word with Leo Atang earlier, composure. And I think Josh Kelly is really showing that in the early stages of this wonderful movement there for the former Olympian. We've always known about his talent. It's whether he can piece the jigsaw together at this level for 12 rounds.
But I gotta say, look how calm Murtazaliev is, though.
Yeah.
Not a care in the world. He's not worried about this. He's just thinking, I'll make him work, keep working away. I'm just gonna walk you down.
And it does look at times like Josh is potentially snatching a little bit with his shots, trying to hope that there's a nice bit of purchase by him to maybe disrupt the flow of Murtazaliev a little bit.
Oh, good left hand by left hook straight back. And that's what he'll try and do, Sonny Murtazaliev. He'll look to land a shot as Kelly's throwing.
Punch with you.
Yeah, he'll trade, exactly.
I'm not sure, there's a little bit of a swelling under the left eye there to Murtazaliev. It's certainly reddened.
I was just about to say that, Barry. It's exactly what's happened. There's some puffiness under that eye. Just gets a shot back. Tit for tat at times in this third round. You can feel the tension all around us in this Utilita Arena in Newcastle. All the hopes that Josh Kelly can become a real star of these parts at the age of 31. But Murtazaliev has other ideas. There's big fights on the horizon. Unifications as the two open up.
A bit of a dangerous moment there for Josh. He finds his way out of it, though.
Tight opening 9 minutes. First quarter gone of this World Super Welterweight Championship. A jab there from the Russian, now based in California. The red boots of Bakhram Murtazaliev, looking for a successful defense of this belt. Talk of whether Josh Kelly can win this, the first thing he's got to do is maybe meeting Boots Ennis later in the year. They all want boots, don't they? Virgil Ortiz, there's some great names in and around this super welterweight division, but Murtazaliev wants to re-establish himself after that gap.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit more purpose, a bit more aggressive. aggression on the front foot now, starting to close the gap a little bit more. A few feints from Murtazaliev, looking to target the body, not telegraphing the shots just as much anymore. And as you say, that time out of the ring, he's starting to find a bit of a rhythm now, Murtazaliev.
Good shot from Josh Kelly, though, as he falls into the space.
Just made Murtazaliev come over that front foot, didn't he, and land that right hand. What Murtazaliev does to you quite often is what happened there.
Yeah, that was a perfect shot from Josh Kelly. That's exactly how he would have envisaged this guy.
He's got to stay calm now, Josh Kelly.
And a shake of the head and a wink from Murtazaliev, but what a shot that was. Focus, discipline required now. Use this momentum of Murtazaliev to try and find a counter.
Speed, timing, accuracy from Kelly. And it is Murtazaliev, the puncher, who finds himself on the floor in the fourth round. And indeed, what does that do to the mindset of both of these guys?
Well, it's definitely good for the scorecards for Kelly. And I don't think it was a massive punch. I don't think he was particularly hurt, but the way he changed the angle slightly of his shoulders and fired a sharp shot, it caught him half square on, even though he wasn't square on. Lovely angle change from Josh Kelly.
And I've said it a million times tonight, but that acceleration of pace, and that's what that was. All of a sudden, he's seen the gap, and he jumped off his feet.
He's doing the right thing here, Kelly, as well. He's not giving Murtazaliev anything. He's moving. Just staying out of danger. Doesn't need to rush anything. It's been a good round.
It's been a brilliant round. 10-8 in a fight that is going to be close at this sort of level. That's a huge advantage for Josh Kelly. It wasn't a heavy knockdown. Murtazaliev's head totally clear, but he's chasing Kelly now. And that will be psychologically for Josh Kelly, who's had his difficulties in the past. That will be really good for his confidence.
Smart. Back to 10-8 round. Don't really do much more else.
Yeah, lovely from Kelly. Well, Davis, but this is a different level and league. The World's Championship. An undefeated fighter in front of him looking for his 24th straight victory. He can't switch off for a second, Josh Kelly, but he's the one with the knockdown advantage. And Murtazaliev and his crew, well, they must be slightly concerned about that.
I tell you what, Sonny mentioned it at the round one, but he's right, he's stabbing to that body all the time. You can see where the Olympic logo is there on Josh Kelly's left side. Whether it's a jab or a right hand, he's aiming for that all the time. There again.
Right on cue there, and they're hurtful, those shots to the rib cage. It's a ramrod jab, isn't it, from Murtazaliev? Looking for the right hand.
So down the tactics for Kelly. Simple, effective, through the 12 rounds, boxing and moving. And for Murtazaliev, is it wearing Kelly down and taking him out late?
Yeah, but you don't want to give too many rounds away. It's important that you're trying to win the rounds as you're doing it. He's certainly trying to lay foundations for a strong finish, but we are seeing a bit more purpose, I feel, a bit more aggression on these feet from Murtazaliev, but still, other than the jabs to the body, good movement from Kelly, staying out of trouble.
Couple of right hands, though, from Murtazaliev. Sonny just in close.
Yeah, and I think getting put down has definitely woke him up a little bit, definitely upped his energy level a little bit. And I think Kelly's doing a really good job at keeping that right hand away from him. And right now he's making it a complete battle of the lead hands with his footwork in the range that he's fighting at. However, I do think Kelly is using a lot more energy skimming around the ring at this weight. It's hard to stay light and fleet-footed, especially with that pressure coming on non-stop.
And mentally, though the pace has not been electric, knowing that you've got to stay switched on, you cannot fade for a second. That is mentally draining, and that sends signals to the body.
Yeah, that's what you see with a good shot from Kelly. Well done.
Quick snappy shot still from Kelly, but this calm forward motion from Murtazaliev, almost grinding his man down, and the energy levels, well, they've got to be full to the tank for Kelly tonight.
Although there's a lot of pressure, there's no panic, is there, on the face? The expressions from Kelly are positive. Nice jab.
I think when he fought David Avanesian and he had a bit of time out, he wasn't wasn't fully confident that he could have that night down in London, whereas all the build-up through this, he believes this is his time, his moment, that he's a man now, he's mature at 31, and he can take this opportunity.
And in the correct weight now.
From Kelly, whenever Murtazaliev has some success, there's an answer. Well, this was the round down at Wembley in 2021 when Josh Kelly's European challenge came apart at the seams. But seemingly, he's doing well tonight. Technically, tactics spot on, moving nicely, and Murtazaliev, we know, can catch up with you, like when he won the title against Jack Kalkai in Germany. But look at this play. It's razzle-dazzle stuff, and he stands with a swagger too.
And I love the discipline. I love going straight back into his feet and back onto the game plan. You have to pick your moments. I said before this is going to be a fight of moments, and you can win the fight by picking those moments and getting straight back to the game plan.
You said that, Barry, to me as well beforehand, that he's going to have to be calm with that.
Yeah, and he's using what he has, speed and angles, and what he's good at. You know, he's getting the angle, but without the speed, he's not going to have the same effect.
And because he's not going the first 3-4 times that Murtazaliev closes down a little bit, when he does, it's almost like he's switching off Murtazaliev from his response, and he's sort of catching him sometimes, where defensively Murtazaliev's not moving anywhere to take anything away from the punch.
Murtazaliev goes out throwing in 2s and 3s now because the single shots, though he's still a menacing figure and he'll be there for the whole fight, it's not enough.
Only one ahead on punches landed through 5, Kelly, but remember the knockdown as well. Murtazaliev will try and force his way onto the inside, but it's just a look of frustration. He's been bruised up beneath the eyes, Murtazaliev, and he's been outboxed at times here.
Yeah, as Barry said there, he's got to let the shots go more frequently now. And it's the second and the third shot that usually gets the job done for Murtazaliev. That final shot on a combination. And it's about maintaining this for Josh Kelly. There was a moment ago in the first half of the round where Murtazaliev just got close to Kelly and he just grabbed hold of him, just nullified and stopped the work of the Russian.
I mentioned frustration, almost irritation of Murtazaliev, whereas the body language of Josh Kelly is very strong through 6 rounds. Murtazaliev trying to crank up the heat, but there's a little cut as well underneath that left eye. I'm not sure he's been in with someone as skillful as Josh Kelly. Certainly over the first few rounds, it's about whether he can maintain that for the championship distance.
The speed, so impressive, not just with the feet, but the hands, the reactions to find these counters from Kelly.
And I tell you what you notice from Kelly, the feet are not as wide as they normally are in fights, which they've trained for the energy. That wide stance takes a lot of energy. So they've trained for stamina, they've trained for durability, they've trained for a long, during fight.
Right hand laid on for Murtazaliev. Punches in bunches, combinations are needed from the champion now. Bakhram Murtazaliev has not had the best of the first 6 rounds. Might have won a couple, but that 10-8, 4th round for Kelly. He's definitely in the lead, surely on the judges' cards. Now into the 7th of this IBF Super Welterweight Championship fight in the Northeast. The travel would have bothered Murtazaliev. He won the belt in Germany, but Kelly's speed, agility, and game plan are bothering him.
Except for the knockdown and maybe surprise of the power of Kelly, he half expected to be, catching up. Certainly it's after 6 or 7 rounds. He had all the trouble in the world against Kalkai. People forget that, he did. But in the end, he found a way to get the win.
See him whipping in the hooks to the body with a tad more venom now, Murtazaliev.
He just needs to start setting up more traps, Murtazaliev. Predictable, the aggression, yes, good. Is it effective? I'm not too sure. He's not really getting close enough to Kelly to cause any alarm bells, but yeah, more trap set, jab to the body, then the right hand over the top. I've not seen one reverse 1-2 yet, which was very, very effective against Tim Tszyu. Just a bit more full and tempo in the work from Murtazaliev required.
Lovely defensive work again out of the corner from Josh Kelly. I think it's nice shots there, but I think it's frustrating for Murtazaliev. But because as soon as he holds his feet, Josh changes level of his shoulders and then changes where his feet are, and he's doing a very good job for the most part of getting away with everything with any sort of purchase that Murtazaliev is punching. He's landing a few jabs to the body, jabs to the head, but anytime he's putting anything really behind the punch, Josh Kelly's taking it away from him.
And if you're going to make this your half of the fight, there's got to be more from Murtazaliev.
Not a jab to the body from Murtazaliev. 17 knockouts. Remember, Kelly can't switch off for a second here. There's still a long way to go.
That was better from Murtazaliev, but really good defensive skills from Kelly. But he threw 3 shots there, then he can go again. But that's not taking anything away from Kelly there. Really moving nicely. Good lateral movement as well.
You can see Josh giving the target to Murtazaliev. He gives him the target where he thinks he's going to throw. And the moment that any sort of body position changes, Josh disappears. He's like a ghost in there at times. I wouldn't start getting too carried away because we're just past halfway in the fight. But so far, I think it's a fantastic performance against what a lot of people expected out of him from Josh Kelly.
Versatility from Kelly, confidence, and almost a slight arrogance in there that he's the champion already. Not yet, Josh. Murtazaliev is dangerous, very dangerous. Good body shot at the end of it.
If your opponent too high, you walk into a shot that's going to be the end. But I think the focus has been good from Kelly still. I mean, we're getting into the business end of the fight in a minute where fatigue's going to play its part, and keeping in shape and keeping that focus takes a real resolve.
And then back on the flip side, there is the light at the end of the tunnel. It starts getting a bit closer. But I think that second win.
Yeah, but I think his temperament's been really good. He hasn't, when he's down with a couple of good shots, he hasn't got too excited and trying to throw too many.
Yeah.
And his range as well. I think Josh has been finding regular shots enough when he's been looking from just like that. Another lovely clean shot, left hook, right hand, but he's making Murtazaliev miss by inches sometimes.
And he's planting his feet, Josh Kelly. He said a couple of times in the build-up that he fancies the stoppage late on against Murtazaliev. Most people predicted the other way, but that body shot really hurt the champion there. He's had to cover up, and Kelly is boxing the fight of his life.
Good result, good little return there though from Murtazaliev, that right hand. But I think it was the right hand that hurt Murtazaliev as well, because he got that shell-like defence, which means you can't see the punches coming when they loop on the side.
He dropped right downstairs with that left to the body, didn't he? Fantastic combination, blistering hand speed.
And in order to get close enough, I think Murtazaliev is having to half disregard his defence. He's not just trying to completely keep walking onto the end of the shots, but he has to be there in front of him, and Josh just needs to pop out at the moment. He's going left, he's going right, and you can see him finding little bits of space. Look, as he's moving to his left, Kelly, he'll wait for Murtazaliev to just commit a bit more to cut the ring, and then he'll go. And if he does it and comes through the middle, then he'll carry on the way he's going to get out.
This is a super exhibition of boxing from Josh Kelly. Wonderful uppercut there. And it really is this round, the 8th, where you thought maybe Murtazaliev will start to drain the Kelly tank. It could be the other way round.
Lovely, again. And he doesn't have too much pride or ego to, as soon as he's in a bad spot, tie up, go into your opponent.
Discipline. Did he struggle late on against Ishmael Davis? He just looks a different fighter to me tonight. Somebody who believes they've got the tapestry, the tactics to do this. Murtazaliev crunches in a right hand. You can see Tony's card has Kelly 3 up. You guys have got it wider, I think.
Yeah, and I have as well. I got it a little bit wider. I mean, Murtazaliev, even though he thought he'd be down, he thought some of the work, that pressure would be having a bit of an effect here on Kelly, and it hasn't yet. How that affects him mentally is going to be interesting. Does he push through that? Does he feel sorry for himself? Because at the minute, he needs to up the pace. Certainly, more activity with the hands. He got through in 2s and 3s, and just not let Kelly out of the corners and off the ropes.
Yeah, look, it's a lot of pressure, but this is a frantic pace that you feel Josh Kelly's going to struggle with. You know, but to train his socks off for this fight, the biggest fight of his life, and yeah, although there's lots of pressure from Murtazaliev, there's not enough work, and there's again a lovely left counter. Once more from Josh Kelly.
A quick fact here, 11 of Murtazaliev's 17 knockouts have come within 3 rounds, so not that many come late on, and you wonder whether he's running out of ideas as well as time. He still throws heavy artillery, but Kelly is up to it. That's it.
Got him.
Josh Kelly. He felt the force of that. And that's the danger of Murtazaliev, and now he gives him the eyes. So,
Murtazaliev all over out in the corner.
Murtazaliev on the floor in the fourth, Kelly on the floor in the ninth. Drama here after Josh Kelly's been boxing so well. He looks at Adam Booth and he's got to somehow see this out, this bit.
That was a fantastic shot. Trying to look at the legs of Kelly, but he's doing the right thing here, trying to stop the work, but thunderous shot. And then now proving that he does carry power late.
Bouncing on his feet, Kelly, but as he's shaken off the effect of that knockdown, Murtazaliev inside the last minute of the 9th round. Is this his chance to strike? Hurls in a body shot, and suddenly there's a shift in the plot.
You can't let him off the hook here, no, Murtazaliev. You've got to jump on him.
Yeah, he's not throwing enough, is he?
Don't let him get back to the corner.
But I think what Murtazaliev has started to pick up on is every time Josh Kelly's backed up into a spot, he dips down and then goes in forward, but often to Josh's right side. So that left hook, as soon as he dropped down, he just threw it low, and he caught him as he blinded himself there, Josh.
Kelly can't worry about getting a point taken away. He's just got to do what he can to survive this round. Get back to that corner. Hold, turn in, doesn't matter.
Yeah, just like that, absolutely. Can he do it? 15 seconds left. Murtazaliev stalking him all round the ring. Kelly comes back, the Sunderland fighter, but it's a 10-out round and Nick
Stepped on his toe, stepped on his toe.
He's going to get on his foot. Still on his foot.
Stepped on his toe, yeah. Good referee in there.
Good referee, Michael Alexander. No knockdown, or it would have been 10-7, and that would have totally changed things. It's 10-8 to Murtazaliev. It's got.
This would be important.
And this tightens it up on the card.
But this crowd will be important to help him through this now.
9 minutes to go.
Big
Murtazaliev, yeah, just hurls in these shots and shows, despite those early knockouts, there are a few late, like there was with Jack Colco when he won the world title. He's desperate to hold on to it. He's lost rounds here, Murtazaliev, but he still looks strong, doesn't he, Darren?
Yeah, he does. When Kelly's moving to his left, he's really got to throw that right hand with real venom and menace. Snap that jab to the body. Crowd really getting behind Josh Kelly here. But he's moving nicely, staying out of trouble. I think he and the team feel he's got a handy lead.
But for me, this is where the question mark, there's something missing, has always potentially been for Josh Kelly. When the levels got harder, when it's really getting hard, sometimes his talent just seems to fall out. Maybe he's a bit, you know, nervous or skeptical to let the hands go, but right now he still seems confident, he still seems game, he still seems switched on, albeit not doing much with the attack.
He's openly said that he's suffered from anxiety and hypochondria and other troubles, but he's got through them and he's in the right place in his life, Josh Kelly. And how important will that be as we go down the stretch here, and Murtazaliev maybe just needs another knockdown or two and it's all swung his way.
Yeah, without being stupidly gung-ho, I think he's responded in a decent manner here. Like, he hasn't been stupid, made any silly mistakes, but he's trying to fire back enough. I mean, and that's sensible. He can't afford to lose too many rounds before it evens it up. But, you know, losing that round 10-8 wasn't the end of the world for him. I think he's still ahead.
I think if Josh can get through these rounds and maybe pick one more up, he's world champion, as long as he doesn't go down again. That's where I think the scorecards are roughly. But right now you can see Murtazaliev with a lot of confidence and a want and desire to get this fight started.
And a different movement for Kelly now, because he knows, oh, good shot. Kelly's not moving around to try and be clever and sneaky, he's moving around to survive. And that's the difference. That's why Murtazaliev will have more confidence to try and close that gap quicker.
We're tucked inside the final minute of round number 10. This the danger area, the territory. You talked to fans before and they said Josh Kelly can do this, but will he survive the last few minutes of the fight? Murtazaliev coming on strong. Maybe the knockdown in Kelly's favour in the 4th round is going to really benefit him on these cards.
Just needs to get back on that lead hand, Josh, I think. Oh, he's trying to land some right hands to score him, but
I think that's dangerous. I think that's dangerous, so he's throwing that right hand, that lead right hand, yeah.
But when he's making it almost like a fencing match, Josh, he's in control of the range and he's not been getting caught with them shots. But it's when he starts trying to throw them right hands that he's that little bit closer.
A penny for the real fortune of these two fighters. Bakhram Murtazaliev wants unifications. Josh Kelly wants to get his hands finally, after 20 years of boxing, on a world crown. He's so close. He's boxed really well at times. The knockdown in his favor in the fourth, but he was then on the floor in the ninth. Murtazaliev coming back. You're looking at Tony Bellew's topsy-turvy card. The unpredictable nature of our beautiful sport.
Yeah, I mean, and the scoring is subjective. You know, you can enjoy the fleet-footed movement of Josh Kelly, feet just coming together there. You know, the counter-punching, the nice shot selection, albeit just the single shot, or the aggression. Do the judges like the aggression? Although he's not landing loads, Murtazaliev, he is constantly on the front foot, forcing the pace of the fight.
I think we all see it the same way, but some of those rounds where Kelly was dancing around, people don't like that. I mean, some people don't like that. Maybe some judges don't like that, but I do think he was being effective with the jumping into of attacks.
But it matters if the judges like it. And a lot of the time when you're getting away with a lot whilst doing it, it's clearly Kelly's fight rather than Murtazaliev when he's catching the score.
I feel that way.
Kelly's outclassed Murtazaliev a fair amount through this fight, no question about that. However, Murtazaliev has been strong. He's landed shots of his own. He's got the knockdown. Maybe the judges like the aggression or the back foot slick boxing of Kelly. For me, Kelly's up.
Also, Murtazaliev doesn't sell himself as some sort of slickster or the next Sugar Ray Leonard. He said, what it says on the tin is what I'll do. I'll walk you down and beat you up.
I would kind of say they're both fighting to their strengths. This is how they fight. You know, one wants to be the sharp counterpuncher and one wants to be the aggressor. They could be doing more, though.
I do think right now this is a better round for Josh Kelly, and especially the best round he's had in a few as well. I think he's boxing nice. I think he's making Murtazaliev miss the majority of the shots, and he's landed some nice, sharp, clean shots of himself.
I think he's found a rhythm here, Kelly, again. In the 11th round, I think Murtazaliev's looking a bit lost, just wandering around the ring. Decent left hook to the body, but it's these single shots. Tony was calling for combination punches around about 7-8. We haven't seen a lot of that from Murtazaliev, and Kelly on the move and still looking strong.
Not finding as much safety though when he's dipping down to the side, Kelly. You'd think he might have to start finding different exits because he's throwing up there every time now, Murtazaliev again.
Yeah, he's just throwing the left hooks from his hips now.
He's waiting for him to drop and he's throwing it up.
Big right hand from Murtazaliev. Good shots, heavy. Late on, trying to catch the eye of the judges. The old tricks.
Yeah, it was a chopping right hook, wasn't it? Looking for it again, just too wild with that shot. Shaking the head
good shot
from Josh Kelly.
Both of them having success in this, the 11th. Do you like Kelly's work more or Murtazaliev's late?
With something heavy, something strong.
Just catching the eyes of the front row. Egis Klimas, Kathy Duba look concerned. There's a happier look to Frank Smith than Nisse Sauerland of Josh Kelly's performance. Final round. Murtazaliev with a big right hand, another knockdown here.
Lucky there, Kelly, because he used the ropes to try to evade it, but he didn't get away from it, did he? All he did is lean himself over and give himself a target to be hit.
And remember your guy Ishmael Davis right at the end of that fight had Kelly in trouble.
The last two rounds I thought Josh Kelly was lucky at times to get through that, especially not. Oh, lovely snap back jab from Josh Kelly. Looks the head back of Murtazaliev. He's come out to try and win this round, Josh Kelly.
Standing and trading at times, Kelly. It's been a brilliant, precise tactical game plan from Booth and Kelly. And he's executing it as best as he can. Murtazaliev strong and sturdy. And still trying to knock out Kelly.
Staying there too long for me there, Josh. I don't know if he necessarily needs to win this round. If he won the last one, I think he's in a comfortable position.
It's too close to think about it.
Definitely.
You've got to try and win it.
Definitely, but if he goes down, I think he's lost it. That's how close I've got this fight.
The crowd singing his name. They're beginning to believe. 1:45 left. Kelly has definitely boxed the best he has ever as a pro. And Murtazaliev, maybe not the best he has. Bundled to the floor, Kelly.
No knockdown.
But a knockdown here, guys. Wow.
A minute and a half remaining. And what has been a fantastic fight for me. A real clash of two styles.
And he goes, don't worry about that. Kelly's trying to set things up. A little tricky here, Kelly, and no need to be tricky.
He made him miss those shots by an inch. Josh Kelly, fantastic.
Big shots from Murtazaliev. Back goes Kelly. Look at this in the neutral corner. The two of them ripping leather into each other. It's a fabulous finish to what's been an absolutely terrific IBF Super welterweight title, whichever way it goes.
That wins you a top round.
That's a real bit of me, Barry. That is a real bit of me. Turned him into the corner.
Shot though from Murtazaliev.
Them short leg ducks, yeah.
The corner beckoning Murtazaliev in. Just over 30 seconds. Will Josh Kelly be crowned the latest Northeast World Champion? Or will that knockdown have helped Bakhram Murtazaliev just about cling on to his title? Kelly believes. The corner believe. The crowd believe. He's dancing his way home. 10 seconds to go. Is this the night for pretty boy Josh Kelly? It's been pretty special. Has he become a world champion?
I think he's done it.
I think he's done it. He thinks he has. And the celebrations start.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action here in Newcastle, we go to the judges' scorecards. Pavel Cardini, 113, 113 even. John Basili, 115, 111. Steve Gray, 114, 113. Both for your winner by majority decision.